Hello and welcome. My name is Ali Goff. I'm the owner and founder of Goff Legal. And today I'm going to be speaking to you if you are a woman who has recently lost their spouse and are wondering what comes next. What do you need to do and what the heck happens? First of all, I'm really sorry for your loss. This is probably one of the hardest things you'll go through. I haven't gone through it myself, but I have a lot of clients who've experienced it, and I know that it's sort of a wild ride. And one of the things that I'm trying to do is create a resource for you because sometimes you don't want to talk to a person right away. Sometimes you're not sure what to do or you're lost. And so, if I can create this video for you and give you some directions, give you some things to think about when you're ready, you can call our office and we can help you with some of the parts that we can help with. So, dealing with the loss of a spouse can come at many different times since death doesn't necessarily give us a heads up. Your spouse might have been young, they might have been old, they might have been sick, they might have been well, and it was an accident. Regardless, you are a woman and you now don't have a spouse. You don't have a husband, you don't have a wife, and you probably feel pretty alone. The good news is you're not alone. I don't know if that's good news, and you probably don't like hearing that, but a lot of people have faced this and continue to navigate this every day. One of the things that we do at Goff Legal is we support our widows, our female clients, navigating new chapters of life, navigating what comes next. Now, we come at it from an estate planning perspective. One of the things we want to do is make sure that your assets go to where you want when you're gone, but also that your assets that you are protected during your life, making sure that you have the foundational estate planning documents in place: trust, will, power of attorney for finance, and advanced healthcare directive. Those last two, there we go, the last two, those are crucial because those are decisions that someone's going to make for your body and your finances while you're still alive. Estate planning is not for necessarily just the dead. The estate planning is for making sure that people, in this case, you, my female clients who don't have a spouse anymore, are protected to make sure that their stuff isn't go through the conservatorship court process, or you're not left with a big old stress headache and a bunch of issues to deal with. Now, if your spouse died with an estate plan, you might have an easier time because you're going to collect the assets, follow the estate plan, distribute things, pay off expenses, final credit cards, funeral expenses, last wishes, all of that jazz. If they didn't have an estate plan, you might have a bit of a financial and estate mess on your hands. We can certainly help if that's something you need help with. Making sure that you collect all the assets, pay all the debts, and move forward with your life. That's our plan, is to make sure we can get you through that process so that you're on the other side and looking to what comes next. One of the things that I think it's important to share is there's usually no big emergencies when someone dies. Obviously, if your spouse has died, you're going to need to plan for the disposition of their body, following their wishes, hopefully outlined in their healthcare directive. Um, and then, other than notifying a few agencies, anyone who was paying money to your spouse, like Social Security or retirement or pension, needs to be notified. And any bills going out, like health insurance or those sorts of things, Medi-Cal, um, anything going out needs to be notified. But after that, maybe take a break. I don't recommend coming in and getting your estate plan updated the next week. I recommend taking some breaths, some rest, some grief, talking with friends, family, dealing what you need to do. Now, if you're dealing with a situation where your spouse has passed and you, as a woman, are left with you don't know what the heck to do and you're lost, come and see us. We can help you get on the right path. If you have maybe a blended family and your spouse's children are causing problems, we should be one of those phone calls. We can make sure that we protect you and tell you what you can and can't do in case they're making allegations of you doing things you shouldn't be. Don't guess. Don't guess. Come in and let us meet with you and figure out what needs to happen. But if no one's fighting, you don't need to sell real estate generally very soon. You don't need to close out bank accounts. There aren't a lot of emergencies. In most plans, 30 days is the first deadline. The next one hits at 60 days. So you've generally got a little while. You can call. We've had clients who called and my spouse died yesterday and I need an appointment. We go, great, let's book it out for 2 weeks. Unless you want to come in this week, you might want to wait a few weeks and just sort of do some of the things at home you need to do. Now, flash forward a little bit later, maybe past 6 months into the year, maybe the assets have been all collected, the debts have been paid. Eventually, you're going to need to put all the assets into your name, or again, follow the estate plan. If there's some estate planning, we're going to have to advise you on what you can and can't do with those assets, depending on how they're set up. But we're going to get everything into your name as trustee or as the owner of those policies and those accounts so that you can manage them. You're going to want to do the same thing that you hopefully your spouse was doing with you is meet with your attorney, your estate planning attorney, meet with your financial planner, financial advisor, and meet with your CPA. Those are crucial roles. And if you don't have those people on your team, let us know and we can help find you a referral because those are really, we work as a team to make sure that all sort of aspects of your life are dealt with. If you need a real estate agent, I can point you in the direction of a couple of really, really good ones who aren't going to take advantage of you and will take really good care. Um, if you need a support group, we can find you one. If you just want to hang out with some other people who've gone with you, what you've gone through, we're starting a Dead Husbands Lunch Club or a Dead Husbands Club. And if you understand the name, you'll understand. It's for women who've dealt with the spouse of death. Maybe they've died 10 years ago, maybe it was last year, maybe it was a month ago. Whenever you join, is that for you? I created it because I wanted a safe space for women who are grieving slash or have grieved, who are in this unique situation, come together and just hang out. There's no sales pitch, there's no sign up for anything. You just hang out, you have lunch, you get to know each other and decide what you want to talk about. So, if that's of interest, you can contact us through our website. Um, we're here if you need us. I understand that this is a really hard time. It might be a relief because you were caring for your spouse for a long time and they're at peace. Does that make you feel any better? No. And no one's going to tell you you should feel better. No one's going to tell you in my office how to feel, when to get over it, when to, by the way, you don't get over it. That's not a thing. We're not going to tell you to stop crying. We're going to hand you a box of tissues and go, yeah, sometimes it hits you at random times. Sometimes it's not, during the year. 1 year anniversary tends to be pretty hard, right? Surround yourself with people who love you and care for you and will help support you through this process and will listen to you, right? As a staff, which is mostly female, all of my attorneys are currently females. We're really good at listening. We're really good at hearing and being present with you. Sure, we're going to give you legal advice. That's our job. You've hired us as lawyers, but you've also hired us as counselors, as support to make sure that you can get through this process in the way that is in alignment with your values and your grief process, but also legally correct. We're going to make sure to protect you so that you don't misstep anywhere and make any decisions that will cause problems down the line. That's why I work with the financial planners and the CPAs to make sure that everything is the way it needs to be. So if you have questions, you're welcome to contact us when you're ready. Again, no rush on this. This is the timeline for you. This is a process that only you are going to experience the way you're going to experience it. Like I said, I have a team of attorneys, and you can find more information on our website at gofflegal.com. And we wish you the best.